What if the monsters under your bed were real, their fossils hidden in plain sight, inspiring legends that still send shivers down spines? Tonight, we peel back the veil on 5 mythical horrors that history proves existed. Number 1. Whispers from the Bones. Picture this: a windswept plain in ancient Greece, where shepherds unearth massive bones protruding from the soil like jagged teeth. The air is thick with dust and mystery. These aren't just rocks, they're remnants of a world long vanished, sparking tales that would echo through millennia. For centuries, humans have dug up fossils, their imaginations igniting around the strange shapes. In the flickering light of campfires, stories bloomed, of giants, guardians, and serpents. But what if these weren't mere inventions? Science now reveals that many mythical creatures had roots in reality, misinterpretations of prehistoric remains that coexisted with early humans. From the frozen tundras of Siberia to the scorching Gobi Desert, these discoveries build tension, pulling us into a narrative where myth meets bone-chilling fact. As we journey deeper, feel the suspense build. Each revelation uncovers not just animals, but the human fear that birthed legends. No to the one-eyed terror, Cyclops. Shift to the sun-baked islands of the Mediterranean, around 3,000 years ago. Greek explorers on Sicily stumble into caves, their torches illuminating skulls larger than any man's, with a single, cavernous hole staring back like a void of judgment. Hearts pounding, they whisper of Polyphemus, the one-eyed giant from Homer's Odyssey, a brute who devoured sailors and hurled boulders. But peel away the myth, and the truth emerges with emotional weight. These were dwarf elephant skulls, remnants of Pleistocene beasts that roamed Europe until about 11,000 years ago. The central nasal cavity, where the trunk attached, mimicked a massive eye socket, fooling ancient minds into envisioning cyclopean horrors. Fossil evidence from Malta and Crete supports this, with paleontologists like Adrian Mayer noting how these finds fueled epic tales of heroes battling monsters. The discovery hits like a thunderclap. What was once a symbol of raw, unbridled power now reveals our ancestors' awe at nature's giants, turning fossil confusion into cultural dread. Suspense lingers. If elephants birthed cyclopes, what other bones hid in the shadows? Number 3. The Golden Guardian, Griffin. Now, transport to the vast, golden sands of the Gobi Desert, where nomadic Scythians roamed in the 7th century BCE. Amid gold mines, they uncover bizarre skeletons, quadrupedal beasts with hooked beaks and sprawling limbs, as if lions had mated with eagles. Legends explode, of griffins, fierce protectors with wings that sliced the air, guarding treasures from thieves. The emotional pull is visceral. These warriors, revering the finds, wove them into art and lore, describing creatures that screeched defiance. Revelation strikes through modern paleontology. These were Protoceratops dinosaurs, herbivorous reptiles from 75 million years ago, their fossils eroding perfectly in the desert. The elongated shoulder blades were mistaken for wing bases, the beak for an eagle's maw. As documented in Mayer's The First Fossil Hunters, Scythian tales traveled to Greece, immortalizing griffins in myths like Jason and the Argonauts. Tension builds as we realize, these weren't fantasies, but echoes of a Cretaceous world, where real animals inspired symbols of untamed vigilance. The heart races. How close were we to dismissing them entirely? Number 4. The Fire-Breathing Fury, Dragon. Darken the scene to medieval Europe and ancient China, where villagers unearth colossal bones amid floods and quarries. Claws like scythes, spines like armored ridges, the finds ignite panic, birthing dragons that breathed fire and hoarded gold. Feel the suspense in the air. In 1676, a woolly rhinoceros skull in Austria was paraded as a dragon's head, its horned brow fueling tales of aerial terrors. But the deeper truth unfolds with dramatic intensity. Dragons drew from dinosaur fossils, scattered worldwide since the Triassic era. In China, dragon bones, from species like Omysaurus, were ground into medicine as early as the 3rd century BCE, believed to cure ailments while inspiring imperial symbols. Paleontologists trace this to discoveries by farmers, their imaginations filling gaps with flames and wings. The emotional revelation? These real prehistoric reptiles, some like the massive Argentinosaurus, dwarfed modern animals, there remains a bridge between eras. As myths spread, from St. George's slaying to Eastern guardians, we confront the awe, humanity's fear of the unknown, crystallized in bone. Number 5. The pure enigma and the abyssal horror, unicorn and kraken. Climax in the icy steppes of Siberia, 39,000 years ago, where a massive beast thunders across the tundra, its single horn gleaming like a spear of legend. This is Elasmotherium, the Siberian unicorn, a rhinoceros species that survived alongside early humans, its fossilized remains discovered in the 19th century. Traders carried tails and horns southward, blending with narwhal tusks sold as magical cures in medieval Europe. The purity of the unicorn, symbol of grace and healing, masks a raw, extinct reality, evoking wonder and loss. But plunge deeper into the ocean's abyss for the final twist. Sailors in the 18th century North Atlantic whisper of the Kraken, a tentacled behemoth dragging ships to watery graves. Suspense peaks with the 1857 scientific confirmation, the giant squid, Architeuthis ducks, up to 43 feet long, washing ashore with sucker-marked scars on whales. Norwegian Bishop Erik Pontoppidan documented encounters in 1755, blending fact with fear. The revelation crashes like waves. These deep-sea titans, with eyes the size of dinner plates, inspired Viking sagas and pirate lore. Together, they seal the narrative. Myths aren't lies, but distorted mirrors of a vanished world. As the dust settles on these ancient bones, we're left gazing into the abyss of time, questioning every shadow and story we've inherited. These creatures didn't just exist, they reshaped our fears, our art, our very understanding of the wild unknown. If myths hide such truths, what else lurks beneath the surface? Subscribe to uncover the next hidden truth, and let's keep chasing the echoes together.